All right, my friends, let's try to start this. What am I calling it? It's going to be a series. And first, before I even get started, I just want to thank you all that follow my YouTube here. That's people in my Discord and people that were once just watching my free YouTube and came over to the Discord. Thank you for this, because we did hit 1,000 subscribers. Honestly, I wasn't trying for it. I'm just putting content out there and you kind of relate to it and you like it. So I only want to draw people in that actually enjoy what I put out there, and that's exactly what's happening. So, I'm happy with that. I hope to see it continue to grow. Appreciate you all for watching. That's the main thing. And let me close this. So this series that we're going to do, actually, I do want to show you one more thing before I start. So everything that I'm going to talk about in this video, when you click on a video that I've done, which when you be clicking on this one, you'll see down here in the description my Discord access, or our Discord access. It's not just me. Nansen 10% discount link right there, and then the Engineering Robo AI Tradingview indicator link right there if you want to get that. All right, so what we're doing is, and I will reference back to those a few times, because these are tools that you can use to make you a lot of money this bull run. It's tools that I use every single day. I was already using these things before the people that actually created them came to me and said, hey, if you want to make a referral fee off of this, here's your link. So I do make a small referral on it, but that's not the real reason I'm telling you about it. I really believe that these tools work, and I believe that they're the best things on the market. Are they for you? I don't know. It really depends on if you have the time. And in some cases, if you don't have the time, one of these is real good for you. And I'm going to show that as we go along. So this, I think what I'll do, I haven't really scripted anything. I never do. I don't edit any of my videos. It's pretty much just off the top of my head. So what we're going to do is, this first episode of this series is going to be about the long-term trader. And I think that's most of you. You don't really have a lot of time. Maybe you've got a full-time job. And I'm going to show you how to approach this upcoming bull run to where you can make the most money. The title of the video, I think, is probably going to be something like how to turn 10,000 into 200,000. I think it could turn into 1 million even for some people, just depending on if you choose the right token. But we're going to get into some of the ways to approach this. It's a lot to unpack. You'll have to bear with me. I am going to timestamp everything for you so you can jump around if you want to as you watch the video. But yeah, we'll work through it, and we'll figure it out as we go along. Let me just make sure there's nothing here we need to talk about. I don't think there is. Yeah. Personally, I think we're getting close to alt season, but we still need Bitcoin to pull back one time, and then it should be time to go. So let's look at, I need to bring up a clear, let me close this because I need to have a blank screen here. All right, so let's say that you are somebody that doesn't have, I'm just going to list a couple things here. You don't have much time, and maybe you don't have, maybe you don't have much money. What else? Well, we'll leave it at that for the first one. And then we'll do another one here. So this one is, actually I meant to put not much time here. Not much time, not much money. This one here, same thing, not much time. Either some or, well, we'll just say, you have money. All right, so these are the two type of long-term traders. So we're going to do this, and we're going to do this. And a lot of times this would be called a position trader, because you're just buying your position, or a swing trader. In a way, this could also be a swing trader, although swing traders do tend to only swing for 2 to 4 weeks or something. They're kind of like midterm traders, right in the middle somewhere of what a short-term and a long-term trader would be. So we've got these two options here. Okay, so what does this person need? This person needs something that's simple, that, just a simple game plan. They need a daily chart to view. I'll just put that here. And all I'm doing here is I'm establishing a rule of facts that we can look at throughout the course of this video. And we will talk about what tools you can use. There's even ways to do it for free, but you have to know TA. So number one, if you know TA, you're good. If you don't know TA, then what you need is some kind of indicator package. What else would you need? Let me put this on here. Do you know TA? Let's see. What else would it be? Indicator. I think that's pretty much it. No TA, indicator. Oh, or a Discord that you're in. All right, so that's that person there. They just don't have much time. They don't have much money. They're trying to turn that small amount of money into something. And really, now that I look at it, these are probably kind of the same. I'll show you what the difference is, though. So let's move this one over here. Something like that. Now, the real difference with this person over here, they have options. So since this person has options, a lot of money equals options, right? And I'm not talking about options as far as trading. I'm talking about, what's some examples? So like, they could buy real estate if they want. They could buy gold, silver. They can take chances on crypto. So that's kind of what having money does for you. It doesn't make you free. In fact, sometimes it creates more problems in a way. But the good thing about it is if you do have money, you can diversify much more. And I'll show you an example of that here in a second. So in this case, if this person doesn't have much of those things, then they're limited to a few options. And so in this case, what would you be looking at? You would have to, I've actually got an illustration here I want to show you. I put this in my education channel here on my Discord. Let me find it. Is this it? Okay, here it is. So this is a good way to approach the market right now as we're still in accumulation phase for altcoins. I do believe we are. Some have pumped a little bit, but if we're in a sideways market, which I think we may be getting out of a little bit, this was an example. So while you're in a sideways market, you may want to spread out across 5 different tokens. And then the second week, if it dips, you buy more. Third week, if it dips, you buy more. Fourth week, if it pumps, you buy more. But the difference is that you're not buying across all 5 tokens each time. You're choosing those top 3 that you have out of those 5, and you're adding to those. And then eventually you get down to the 4th week, and you're buying just more of this first token, your highest conviction token. So hopefully that makes sense to you. This is just a way for me to show that somebody that has very few options, let's say they only have 1,000 to invest. Well, that's pretty tough. Crypto can get you there for sure if you choose wisely. If you choose something that hasn't moved much, right? You don't want to be, here, let me see if I can find you an example. DEAI hasn't really moved a whole lot, but wouldn't you much rather buy it down here near support than be buying it up here near the first take profit area? I know I would. That's where I want to buy it, is as low as I can, or buying it once it gets above the bullish line. You want to buy near these lines that I create from my Discord, the charts that I do for the Discord that I have. Where are we at? I lost which page I was on here. Here it is. So if you're limited, then you have to be very good, or somebody has to be telling you where to buy. So if we've got price action is doing something like this, and it's staying near a support line, then you're accumulating at that support line with those few dollars. And then once it pumps, those few dollars turn into a lot. So 1,000 may turn into 10,000. And then you rotate out of that into a token that's back down here again. So you take profit right here, and then you search for another coin. Maybe it's, maybe it's SNSY. That's an N, believe it or not. So maybe SNSY is doing something like this, going up and down, and finally gets back above the bullish line or the support line. And maybe you accumulated down here, or even over here, and now it's pumping, and you turn that 10,000 into even more money. So the rotation game can help you a lot, and we do it quite a bit in our Discord. So that's kind of where I'm getting at with this. So if you know TA, you can be buying at that support line for yourself. If you need help with, maybe you don't want to be in a Discord, maybe you don't want to take the time to learn TA. Well, now you need an indicator, and you need one that's very good. And here's a play with CATALORIAN that we did, which I had already done the TA for my group, where I was saying it was, as soon as it got above this downtrend resistance, it was probably going to break out, and it did. So actually, I was talking about a triangle before that. It was like this, and then it faked out down first. But in the end, it got where it needed to go. And look how Engineering Robo AI here, which again, any of this is in the description below. If you want to click any of those links in the description, you can get access to a free trial for this Engineering Robo indicator. You can join our Discord, or you can, what's the other one? Or you can do Nansen, which I haven't talked about Nansen yet. I'll get into that in a little bit. That's going to be more for somebody that has a lot of time. That may even be for another video, for the next series, part of the series. And I'll try to do another one tomorrow. Try to do these back to back as much as I can. So yeah, you bought here. This is on actually a 6-hour chart. If this was an older token, I'd be using the daily chart. Let me see if I can find you a daily here. Yeah, SNSY's a good example. We were accumulating SNSY right in here. Actually, I bought it down here, and I sold here for a profit, and then I bought back here. And I told people about it every step of the way in Discord, so they could follow what I was doing. But it did break above this downtrend line, and now it's touched TP1. That would have been a good place to take some profit. I'm hoping it gets above it this time, though. So my point with this is, what we do with our Discord is I have an Engineering Robo AI alerts channel that tells you when a buy signal shows up or when a sell signal shows up. There's a lot of buy signals right now. So when this buy signal showed up for SNSY, you could see in the Discord. Or if you had Engineering Robo AI yourself and had a Tradingview account, then this would have worked for you too. You don't need a Discord. You could have done this yourself. This is about an 86% win rate indicator package. It's the best one I've seen. I would highly recommend it. There's no risk at all if you just want to click in the description below and do the free trial for Engineering Robo. You do need to make sure that your TradingView account matches the one that you sign up with when you sign up with it. And then you just choose a 7-day free trial, and you'll get access to it usually within 24 hours. If you don't, for some reason, message Bike for Sale in Discord, or message me somehow on Twitter, and I'll get with you, and we'll make sure that everything gets taken care of. I don't own this indicator package, by the way, but I do know the creator, so I can reach out to him for you. But everything should go smoothly if you just follow those instructions a minute ago. So just getting back to this long-term trader idea, you want to be on a daily chart usually. Sometimes you can move up to a weekly. I'll have to show you an older token for that, though. Let's see. VPP maybe. Yeah, so there was a big, I can't remember if this was a 20 or 40x move, but Engineering Robo caught the whole thing and then told you where to sell and got you out pretty close to the top. If you move it to a weekly, let's see what it shows here. Might be too new. Yeah, it's too new to show that. So that's why I usually use daily chart, but oh, actually VPP could be breaking out too. We'll have to give it a day to see what happens. I'm already in this one though. We've been accumulating this one as well, near the support line. Okay, yeah, so back to this. Get rid of my crazy in. So you can understand then how this works, right? Actually, it works for both people. This person just has more options. And that's even options as far as, like if we take all this away, they've got a lot of money. They can spread this money out over 20 different tokens if they wanted to. I wouldn't recommend going over that amount because then it gets hard to deal with, hard to keep up with when it's time to sell. So this person over here, since they're limited, what happens with them? They can only spread it out, what, over 3 maybe? I mean, really, I would say spread it out over 2, but maybe that's a bad example. Let's just use 10,000 since that's kind of what the title of the video is going to be. So with $10,000, you could spread this out over 10. I mean, just make it easy, spread, each token gets $1,000. Bam, done. So it really depends on how much money this is over here. Let's say it's 100,000. So if it's 100,000 and they're spreading it out over 20K or 20 tokens, what is that, 5,000 a token? Is that right? I hope that's right. Otherwise, I'm gonna look pretty bad. So yeah, I mean, I think that math does check out. And if you go on to Nansen, you'll see this all the time. Let me just show you real quick. I'll get into Nansen on another video, but I mean, this is for somebody that has a whole lot of time to do research. But I do the research for you in my Discord. Where do I want to go? Okay, watch this. So I've got a bunch of wallets that I track that we have automated channels for. It tells you what they're buying, what they're most interested in. It kind of filters out the noise for you to where you know what the big tokens are currently. The ones that you might want to put money in because they're volatile. But let me just show you one that has a high net worth here. That one's 9 million net worth, 6 million. So these are high net worth individuals. And what you're going to notice is, look how much money they're putting into these tokens. I mean, Lucy, they've got 700K into this token. So they have 16 pages of tokens that they own. And I don't know how many that would be, 160 tokens? I would never recommend getting this many tokens, but as I click through here, actually a lot of those are too small. So up to page 4, they have at least 1,000 in each token, all the way up to page 1. So that's about 40 tokens. So this is what I was explaining just then. This person has a lot of options where they can just spray their money out to a bunch of different tokens, and it gives them more opportunity to make a lot of money, especially when the bull market's just getting going. Because what's going to happen, it's almost like the golden ticket with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, right? Where, some of those kids that were trying to win the golden ticket, they were rich. I think there was at least one of them that was rich, and they just bought a ton of tokens, or not tokens, a bunch of chocolate bars, and they ended up winning because they did the quantity method, right? They had the opportunity because their parents were rich. They just threw a bunch of money out there, bought a bunch of bars, and they were able to get one. But then Charlie comes along, and I think he just buys one, right? Or somebody buys one for him and gives it to him, and he got lucky. And sure, I mean, you could get lucky too if you just had 10,000 spread over 10. It could definitely happen. I mean, most of the tokens this bull run, I think, are going to do 10 to 20x on average. And when the bull market truly gets going, and I'm just assuming it's going to, because historically, probably within the next month or so, it does get going that way. It starts really moving up fast. So by October 2025, which is where I think the top of the market is going to end up because of history, as long as things don't change historical wise, then this will happen. So 10 to 20x is going to be the average for most altcoins because they're all going to move up together. But you're also going to get some opportunities where they may do 40 to 100x. Well, actually, some can do even 200x. And I'm not talking about just memes, really small micro caps and things like that. Let me show you an example with Gala. And this isn't to pump you up. I mean, I'm very level-headed, and most people will tell you that I don't stray too far where I'm trying to give people false assumptions or hyping things up. I'll never tell you what exactly a token's going to do if I think it's going to do 40x or whatever. I'll give you the conservative amount maybe. But what I wanted to show you is, and I may have to pull this up on Paprika actually. I need something with more history. I did play this one in 2020, 2021. I don't like this. What is this? Sorry, let me pull this up the right way. I thought it was going to give me a full chart. All right, here it is. So look here at, I just want to show you how possible this is. I think I bought Gala somewhere in here. I thought it was sooner than this, but maybe it was October 2021. I sure thought it was before then. But anyway, I think this did a 200x. Let me see if logarithmic looks better. And this will look familiar because, you know, other tokens like SHIB and Doge did things like this. And this must not be the full chart. I don't know what chart I looked at for this. Well, oh, you know what? It may be on TradingView after all. Yeah, that's close. I don't know. I'd have to find the old one. I'm not real sure where it's at. But anyway, just realize that it did do 200x. I can find it later if anybody's interested. And the takeaway there is that it is possible. You know, this is the average that's going to happen, in my opinion. And this is kind of like more of a rarity. And the idea was this person has a higher chance of hitting these rares, but that's because they've got a lot of money to be able to do something like that. But there is a chance that this person here could still hit those, but it's going to be a lower amount. You know, maybe you'll get 1 out of 10, and the rest of yours will do 10 to 20x. But I mean, who would have a problem with getting 10 to 20x, right? Because 10,000 times 20 is 200,000, and that's why I think if you kind of average these out, like, you know, if this person that has $10,000 was able to hit one of these rares here, then, you know, it probably averaged out around $200,000. Could somebody hit $1 million out of 10,000? Sure. I mean, it just really depends on how long the bull market goes, because the valuations rise higher and higher, and it's very possible that somebody could with just 10,000. Okay, so we've kind of set all that up to now go into how to do this. And let me see, I haven't really thought, I haven't thought far enough to make the transition here. So yeah, I'm just going to assume that most people don't know TA. That's why they're probably watching this video. So unless you just want to put a whole lot of time into it really quickly, and I don't know that this is possible because it takes time to learn this stuff, you know, many years. You can't just like Cliff notes it. So it's better if you're using an indicator or Discord in this case. And, you know, Nansen Smart Money does play into this, but if you don't have much time, then you have to create time for yourself. You know, it's one of those things where, what do they say? Time is money, money is time. So as you, like maybe you have a full-time job, you know, as you make more money, you can tell your boss, hey, yeah, I'm done with this. I'm moving on. Somebody had posted a meme. I forget where it was. It was in our Discord. Said something about, you know, the boss was telling him it was late. And he said, you better watch what you say, boss. I own crypto. Something like that. Or BTC was going up at the time, I think is what he was saying. So anyway, I'm sure some of you have seen that meme. It's probably better if I showed it instead of just told you. Okay, so let's talk about the indicator just really quickly. I know I briefly spoke on it here. I just want you to know that this does work all the way down to like a 5-minute chart. If you don't have much time, that doesn't matter to you because you don't have time to be watching a 5-minute chart. So here's the great thing about having this on a daily chart. When the candle closes, and I'll do a replay for you here. Let me just remove some of this so it's not so cluttered. Actually, I want to do this on different. Trying to think of a really good one for you. Give me 1 second. What's a popular one right now? I've got some saved charts here so I can show you something. GFI, no. CASPA, okay, this is a good example. A lot of people like CASPA. So let's do a replay on this just on the daily chart. And I want to show you how, as a busy person, and I'm not trying to sell you on this. I mean, if you've got another indicator that you like to use it by all means. In fact, before I even get into this, let me show you something. I know I said you need to know TA, but there are ways for you to use RSI. It's a very simple thing to use. It's kind of tough to use sometimes, but I think Bitcoin would be the best example for you. So let's turn off Engineering Robo AI, and I'm going to show you how using RSI can make you money. Of course, this is on a weekly chart. I mean, see how choppy it is on a daily chart? So you almost have to go to a higher time frame to be able to, decipher anything with it. So whenever it crosses the 50, anytime it crosses the 50 there, that's bullish. And then anytime it's down here, that's bearish. It's just below the midline there. So above the midline bullish, below the midline bearish. So 2017, we came down, established a base, and then a big pump out of that base. We're bullish, you're in, you're staying in until this rejects the 50. So it gives you a warning signal, gets under the 50, comes up, rejects it, you're out right there. Now it does get back up temporarily. You could have gotten back in there, and you probably would have, but you would have been flushed out pretty quickly. That would have been tough. I don't know how you would have caught that with RSI. It's just too hard. At least RSI on the weekly. And then I'm going to show you what Engineering Robo did, how it kept you out of that drawdown. So we got back above the 50, that's bullish. You're back in right here. You stay all the way. I mean, this is way overheated in 2021. So you stay in all the way to here where it breaks down and rejects, and now you're out right here. And just with the RSI, just with a free thing here, you would have made, just on spot Bitcoin, you would have made about a 3x. And that's pretty impressive on an asset that people consider it pretty safe, to keep your money in. So you didn't have to do anything but hold, basically. And so we got back above, you're in again here. It came down, rejected the 50 after it broke down. That's where you're out. That is a signal to get out. So that's what you're looking for on this next move up. Currently, we're clearly bullish. You didn't get a rejection down here, not really. I know it got down there temporarily, but look how, these peaks right here, when it got under, it didn't reject here. It came down, didn't reject. It got back above, didn't reject, got back above. And even here, it didn't reject. So we're back into the overheated area, but this also means that it's extremely bullish when it's above the 70 RSI, and it's extremely bearish if it's below the 30. So this is the overbought levels, and this is oversold levels there, but they're also considered that other thing I was just talking about. So this could be a temporary top. What you're looking for here, notice how momentum just kept coming down here, and that was a warning signal, because as price goes up while RSI momentum's coming down, that's a sell signal. It takes a while to play out, though, as you can see. So that's why you watch for that 50 breakdown on the RSI. And then we've got it again here, possibly. We don't have enough information yet, right? We need to see a lower high here first before we can draw this. And then let's say it does something like this. Slowly works its way down, does this, rejects. That's where you would get out right there on that rejection. So it's bullish all the way up here, which while it's doing this, it's probably, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And I'm not saying it's getting to 360K, but it could get up to like 160 or so, maybe a little bit higher this cycle, we'll see. But anyway, that's a really quick course on how to use RSI on the weekly chart anyway. So now let's just turn on Engineering Robo AI and see what happened. I mean, look at that right there. Yeah, it got you in a little bit late on the weekly, but it got you out well before all this drawdown. And that's what Engineering Robo does for you. It saves you from the big losses. It preserves your capital, preserves your profits, and you just keep building. I mean, you could even take a short right here if you leverage trade. This is a weekly chart, mind you. I'm about to show you a daily chart. It's much better. So it gets you in, gets you out near the top, gets you back in, gets you out near the top. Main thing is it saves you a lot of headache of being stuck in your positions in the downtrend. Now here's an AI buy signal really close to the bottom, even on a weekly, which is crazy. You know, an indicator shouldn't be able to do this. And now it stayed bullish all the way. The gray area, by the way, the gray candlesticks mean that it's thinking that it could be breaking down, but it's not confirmed yet. You never got an AI sell signal there. So you could have stayed in the whole time. Now here's the daily chart, same situation. And I'm gonna play you, let me just play you a replay starting here. And I'm gonna play it real fast. Otherwise it'll take forever. And I'll just make some commentary as we go along. So currently AI buy signal, it's building a base of support. There's your sell signal, ends up being a fake out. You're back in here, you're just trading it like a robot. You know, you buy when it says buy, you sell when it says sell. It's that easy. And stay in spot on this stuff. You don't have to do leverage. Look at this big move you're making. Sell signal right near the top, you're out. Buy signal, you're back in. Sell signal, you're back out. This is mostly chopping sideways. This sell signal was perfect. Buy signal comes in, immediate sell. You're staying out of the drawdown. Here's another buy signal. Notice how you're getting lower highs, lower highs. This one all of a sudden tries to get a little bit above it. But then here comes the big, March 2020 crash, and you're not even having to suffer through it. Not only that, right after the crash, you're right back in. And nobody's having to tell you anything. You're not having to look on Twitter. You're not having to worry about the end of the world, like everybody thought it was, even me. And so you had a big pump here. You sell, you get out really close to the top, you're back in. You're just trading like a robot. Every single time it tells you to buy and sell, you do it. I mean, look at these massive moves you're making, and you're not having to worry about it. That's the main thing. So let me pause here for a second. And I want to make it clear. You're going out, maybe you're maybe you're a family of 4, 2 kids are in school. You're busy for 12 hours of the day, maybe more. I mean, some of the parents out there may be laughing at that it's more like 24 hours, but look how easy this is for you. So what happens is you come home at 5 p.m., anywhere from 5 to 7 p.m., depending on how busy you are. You're back home, you turn on your PC, and you look at all your charts on daily. If buy, buy. If sell, sell. You're done. This takes you maybe 30 minutes to 1 hour, depending on how many tokens you have. I mean, how easy is that? Each candle is that's a daily candlestick there. So right here, yeah, I mean, the price was barely moving up, and each day you're just going to work, you're taking care of your family. Maybe you're a single person, that's fine too. I'm single, but you're busy. You got a busy social life, or maybe you don't. Maybe you just work all the time and just want to come home and watch TV or something. Look how easy this is for you. You don't have to sit there and look at the charts all the time. You just go on Tradingview and you check your daily chart. Is it a buy? Is it a sell? I'm in or I'm out. You check it one time a day, that's it. And when I say one time a day, here's what I mean. Actually, let me go ahead and get rid of this because we've looked at it enough. How do I get out of this again? There we go. So we don't have a current sell signal here just yet. It could be printing one soon. I don't know if it's going to reject here or not. It could. So what you're looking for, of course, is the sell signal to know if you need to get out of your position. And remember that when Bitcoin dips, alts dip as well. But after this dip happens for Bitcoin, no matter where it ends up, once it bounces, all of the alts are going to move. That's typically how it happens. Some will move before others because they're a little bit stronger, but for the most part, all of them are going to move roughly together once Bitcoin gets going again. But this thing could keep moving too. I don't know. I mean, it could just pause here and then take off again. Nobody really knows what's going to happen with it. But the point I was going to make is on TradingView, you can do this countdown to bar close thing here. And it'll tell you how long. See right there, it's got a timer. This is how long until the next bar closes. The next, not the bar. You don't have to hurry up and try to get to the bar. But basically, I mean, let's just call it happy hour. Just, have fun with it and call it happy hour. So happy hour in this case would be less than 2 hours from now for me. So that would be UTC 16. Well, that's UTC -6 though. Never mind, that you wouldn't use this. You can actually change the time to whatever you want it to be down here. But for me, that's going to be in an hour and 46 minutes that this candlestick will close. If for some reason, and I don't think it will because it'd have to fall a lot, but if it did show just hypothetically a sell signal, you would just sell and that's it. And I know I'm showing Bitcoin here, but it works on any token, even on, brand new memes. Now on brand new memes that just launched, you'll have to use a much lower time frame, like 30 minutes, 15 minutes, because at first it's not going to have much history. You need a token that has a lot of history to be able to use daily on the daily chart. And we've got a ton of them in our Discord here that we track right here, Engineering Robo AI Alerts. Some people on our Discord, even though they're in the Discord, they have a Nansen subscription, they have an Engineering Robo subscription, and they have, or they have, what's the other one? Well, they have a Discord subscription, of course. So yeah, if you don't have Engineering Robo, you just check this. If you do have Engineering Robo, then you're just checking your chart, and it's that simple. I think this would make people's lives a lot easier if you're a busy person, and that's going to kind of conclude what this is about, what this series is going to be about. I'm showing you how to make money no matter what part, what walk of life you are. If you are interested in the Discord and you don't want to have to buy Engineering Robo, you want somebody else to do the work for you, we have a bunch of automated channels here, and I'm just going to go really quickly to wrap up here because I want to get out and ride my bike before it gets too dark. What you are looking at here on the Smart Money Alerts, and we do have chat channels here as well where we talk all the time, and I have my signal channels and 2 other people have their signal channels in here. Actually, there's 3 other signal channels besides mine in here. I have all the charts that are being shared where you can click on a chart at any time. But here's the automated smart money that you're getting in all of these channels here. So number 1, for now, these are the top smart money wallets, and I'm going to show you here in a second on my watch list. This channel here usually shows what the top curated smart money wallets that I have found are the best wallets in Nansen, and it'll tell you what the best tokens are to be in currently. It's not always going to be just like a click. It's not like you can just click real quick and be like, okay, because this smart money bought, I'm going to buy 2. No, you kind of have to go in here and decipher. I mean, like, look at this. There's no smart money in it at all. So they must have already sold. So there are some other metrics you need to look at first. You just don't buy all of a sudden like you do with Engineering Robo. I mean, with Engineering Robo, it's much easier if you don't have a lot of time. This is more for people that are okay with doing a little bit of research. So this first channel is the top wallets that trade. They usually trade low to mid cap altcoins, but for now they've kind of pivoted to memes because that's the big thing. But they will eventually switch over. Like Desync here is one we played for like a 40x back earlier this year. And so you'll notice them buying tokens like that again. Here's top degen wallets. These are more the people, the really highly profitable wallets that play the lower cap memes. Some of them will play high cap memes too, but you can see they're playing a lot of new tokens here. Like for Nansen, they put this seedling emoji here showing that it's a brand new token, that it was just launched. So this is where you want to be if you're okay with gambling and you want to take some risks with your trading. Here's excuse me, Engineering Robo AI alerts. We just talked about that. All you have to do is go in here and see if it's a buy signal. Sometimes it'll show a sell signal. This was happening, about 2 weeks ago. There were sell signals. Right now it's been all buying. Sorry, I got to get a drink. Okay, so that's Engineering Robo. These are all available to you when you join the Discord. We've got some more exciting things coming up. We actually use membership funds to purchase alpha for you. A lot of Discords probably don't do that. We're always trying to push the envelope and try to get you more and more alpha. But I realize that it also does become confusing sometimes. So that's why I like to just explain this so you know which channels that you need to be watching. Okay, well, I'm losing my voice, so let's wrap this thing up. So that was Engineering Robo. Here's Sol meme alerts. This is the extremely risky category. These are tokens that are very low cap that have just launched. Sometimes you'll get a quick 10x out of these or more, but really only 1 out of 10 of these are a big winner. So this is extremely risky category here. And I always tell people to only put, if you're going to do this and gamble, because it is gambling, to only put 1 to 5% of your total side portfolio into this. Most of your funds should be going into established altcoins so that you can make steady income. And then this is, these are the higher market cap memes like Pepe, Harambe, GME, things like that. So this is a pretty good channel for the more established memes that are less risky. There's always going to be some risk involved. So I guess the main thing is there's a channel for everybody here. So, whatever you want to play, your gamble limit, your, if you want to play it safer, if you don't have much time, then you just want to watch Engineering Robo AI alerts. If you do have more time, then you'd want to watch these, to trade more throughout the day. And then this is a new thing that we're working on where we're testing, we're trying to find projects that haven't launched yet. And whenever they post their contract address, it'll show up in here. We're still playing around with it, so it's not ready yet. But we are using Money Discoverer for this. And if you're interested in that, it is discover.getmoney.io. Actually, I need to put my referral for that one in there as well. I've got a referral link here. Maybe I'll just put it in the description below later. So let's see. Where am I again? Okay, here we go. Okay, so that wraps it up. Don't worry about this bottom one. That's just a test I'm doing. So just understand that everything that I've talked about today is achievable for everybody. I mean, I understand that I haven't talked about the people that have a lot of time yet. I'm going to do that in one of the next videos where we'll get into Nansen Smart Money. But if you don't have a lot of time and you want somebody else to do the work for you, go down there in the description, either join our Discord or do the 7-day free trial for Engineering Robo AI. Those are your 2 best options, in my opinion. If you know TA, you could just, apply the RSI method that I was talking about earlier. It's much more difficult, though. You can make mistakes with that. With an indicator like Engineering Robo AI or in our Discord, those 2 things will help you if you feel like you don't have enough experience, and definitely if you don't have enough time. So do those things, reach out to me, comment below, hit the like. Just let me know what I can do to help you. I'm here to help. It doesn't matter to me if you're in my Discord or not. I'm always here to help you if I have time, and I will try to find time when I can. I am a busy person, so sometimes I can't get to you right away. But I'm going to keep posting things on Twitter, For those that don't want to join us, that's fine. I definitely appreciate my Twitter followers as well. We're almost up to 1,900. So appreciate you listening, and you'll have a good rest of your week. I'll try to do another video here in a day or two, and we'll keep this series going.